Let's solve equations with more than one variable. Equation number 1. Solve for y. 3x minus 5y equals 15. Step 1. Identify the location of the specific variable. Here we're trying to solve for y, and y is in the second term of the expression on the left side of the equation. Step 2. Isolate the variable term. So here is the y, but the term that contains the y is this whole phrase, negative 5y. To isolate this term, we need to remove the other term, which is positive 3x. We need to use the additive inverse of a positive 3x, which is to subtract 3x, and we will do this to both sides of our equation. We now have that negative 5y is equal to, now 15 and 3x are not like terms. So instead, we're going to need to write both of these terms without combining them. So we will write this as negative 3x plus 15. We will put the variable term before constant terms. How did we isolate the variable term? To isolate the variable term negative 5y, we needed to remove the other term from this side of the equation. We use the additive inverse of subtracting 3x from both sides, and now we have minus 5y all alone on one side of the equation, so we have isolated the term that contains the variable. Step 3. Isolate the variable. Now that we have the variable term isolated, we dig deeper and isolate the variable. To get the y variable alone on one side, we need to use the multiplicative inverse on this negative 5. So we are going to divide the whole equation, or every term of the equation, by 5. So we're going to divide 5 on the y term, but we're also going to divide on both the negative 3x and the positive 15. And we're going to divide all of them by negative 5. Reducing all of these fractions, negative 5 divided by negative 5 equals 1, leaving you with just y. And that equals negative 3 divided by negative 5 will be the positive fraction, because negative divided by negative equals positive. The positive fraction, 3/5 x. Positive 15 divided by negative 5 will equal the integer negative 3. We have now solved for the variable because y is all alone on one side. How did we solve for the variable? To solve for the variable, we isolated the variable by dividing by the multiplicative inverse of a negative 5 to the whole equation, to every term in the equation, and then dividing and reducing fractions. You are now ready to solve for the variable y in equation number 2.